say Saturday wasn't great, was it?
No, ultimately home defeat, always disappointing. To not score on the balance of chances and half chances that we created is equally disappointing. So yeah, thoroughly frustrating afternoon.
Yeah, because we sort of started slow and got caught for the goal, and then we struggled to sort of. It wasn't that we didn't get going, but we just didn't do anything when we had the chances, really, or the opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, I think their goal is 6 minutes or something, so
Yeah.
would represent a sloppy start to the game. Although I didn't necessarily think we started that sloppily. It's just we've switched off. The goal for me, the root cause of it is a throw-in, which I think is preventable. Yeah, they've switched the play. They've isolated Dantier 1v1, a little bit of a slip, a little bit of a deflection, and we're 1-0 down. In fairness, fantastic response right from the kickoff. We managed to get Billy in 1v1. Should he score, or has the keeper done very well? Probably a bit of both. Keeper spreads himself, saves it. We have a similar one right at the end where Trev goes through one-on-one, and again, should the keeper have a right to save that? He's a big lad, he's spread himself, so perhaps we've got to give him some credit. But there's 2 1v1s, and then probably a flurry of half chances and penalty appeals, which really, at least one of them needs to be ending in a goal for me.
Yeah, because like you say, it was, oddly enough, although we weren't playing great, we were making opportunities, but they just would not go in no matter what we did. And when, like you said, Trev had chances, Bill had created stuff, and it wasn't like that keeper had a blinder. He did well enough to stop. And I think the second half they defended well, to be fair to them.
I mean, they've kept a clean sheet, so from their perspective, they can't really defend any better. Credit where it's due there. It was a little bit agricultural at times, but I think the whole game was a little bit agricultural at times. It's you got to learn to play the conditions. It's our home pitch. We've got to make it a fortress. We've got to make it an advantage to us. Credit to everybody, supporters, ground staff. I'm fully aware how many people gave up their time with the covers to make sure that game went ahead, and that was fantastic. I'm also thoroughly aware that it was a good crowd. It's great to have a Saturday home game. I think the official great gate was about 300. I'll be honest, it looked like there was more than that there to me. Yeah. I could see some faces that I hadn't seen for a while, and that's fantastic. And it makes it even more frustrating. We couldn't leave you guys with a little bit of a spring in your step as you left the den.
Yeah, because I mean, hindsight, the neutral probably would have said a draw would have been a fair result out of that, but it felt like we just weren't going to get the goal.
Yeah, and if you're not going to score goals, the absolute best scenario is a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
And after 6 minutes, that wasn't an option that's on the table for us. So we had to score goals. I personally thought defended the slope first half, which was a conscious decision. We felt with the condition of the surface, we could probably put balls in behind and it'd hold up a little bit better for us. I felt the last time we played at home, we attacked the hill first. I think against Lid, off the top of my head, I know it's VCD was the last game, but I can definitely remember the balls just running away from us a little bit too much. So we thought, well, let's attack the hill first, try and get balls in behind that are going to hold up. I actually, I'm fortunate, finally I got the VO. So it's again, thanks to the supporters that helped with that, also thanks to Scott for backing us. I've been able to watch it back, and I genuinely feel like we are the ones with the momentum in the first half. Like, literally there's a couple of good penalty shouts. Yeah. In fact, there's a couple of penalties. There's 2 penalties that we should have had. There's a great bit of defending by them. They converge on Trev just as he's about to pull the trigger, about 8 yards out. We have a narrow header that goes over the bar from a corner. And again, we have 4 or 5 opportunities where either Matty or Reg gets in and manages to get a ball in, but no finishing touch. So I don't think it was without opportunities, but yeah, bar the 2 1-on-1s, we haven't really worked the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, because I think Nero said that was probably 2 average teams should have drawn, but did they maybe play the pitch better than us, or did they manage to pass it a bit better than us? I don't know what it was. I mean, they did seem to hold us off in the second half quite well, I thought. You know, or was that we just let them off the...
I felt as the game went on, we run out of creative ideas a little bit. We probably resorted to going down the middle a little bit more, whereas we're trying to open the pitch up and going around them.
Yeah.
We probably started trying to go over them a little bit too much. That said, even in the 90th minute, Ned's come on, another of the 23s making his debut, and he's whipped a lovely ball from the right wing in behind their defence, which has put Trev in for his one-on-one. So, you know, it wasn't that we weren't making any opportunity. I think again we got in down the right-hand flank. Trev actually got released. He got in, tried to square one. I think we had Billy and Morgan both in the box, and they had one defender who's just stepped out. So there was bits and pieces there, but yeah, you just need someone to step up and take a chance for you on a day like that. Don't you? There was never going to be a goal fest, that's for sure.
No. And like I said, I can't, if I'm sort of looking at it in hindsight, I don't really see many chances that they troubled us. I mean, what I'm saying, they defended well, but I thought we probably must have defended well, because I don't think they did that much against us.
Yeah, I felt as a defensive unit the boys did very well. I think George made one save in the second half where he's come and spread himself well. Aside from that, I think they might have had a shot from a corner which has hit T in the chest. There's a little bit of a melee, but they said it all in the change room after the game. You know, some of the boys look like they've been on a battlefield, you know, with all the mud, and Jules Bentley's actually still looking quite resplendent with his yellow shirt. So I think that kind of just sums it up. Yeah. But ultimately, no one wants to hear it. It's another 1-0 defeat. It's happened at Linfield, it happened at Punjab, it happened at Lordswood. It's boring. It ain't good enough, and we need to take a chance.
So what do you do to put that right, though?
This is where as a group we've all got to look in the mirror, because for me, the attacking unit of Trev, Bill, Reg and Matty is good enough, in my opinion, unless I've got it wrong, which I guess will be judged in the course of time. I think that attacking foursome is good enough to cause any team in the league problems.
Yes.
It was great to have Bill back to, it's his third game now, I think, and he's looking like he's picking up where he left off before his injury.
He was, because he was good in there. I think it was there 6, all sorts of problems, and I think you said he could have had 2 penalty shouts quite easily.
Yeah, I think he was good. Probably the liveliest player on the pitch, at the heart of a lot of the good stuff that happened. So that's great for us. He was a key player, you know, let's make no bones about it. He's a key player for us, as are all those players I've just mentioned. On top of that, Sammy making his debut at the back, I thought him and Jim done really well, thought they were rock solid. Walder coming on for the last 25 is a big plus. So I look through the team now, you know, bearing in mind Sidge wasn't available, Moalaka wasn't available, Jack Gallagher wasn't available, Harry Hudson got tonsillitis. So I look through the squad and I don't really see there's anywhere for us to hide now. I feel like we've got a squad that should be taking points off the teams.
I feel it's a bit more like it's your team as well, because if you look at where we started from and what you inherited, you've changed it over to sort of ring up to coming now, where you transformed that team from where you were to where you are now. Yeah,
I mean, you know, for various reasons the team's evolved. Some of them are conscious on my behalf, some of them are just down to circumstances with players, but ultimately, it's quite clearly my team now, and we need to start getting some results. I say we need to start getting some results. I mean, we won our last game, and we drew the one before that. So,
last 5 results haven't been that terrible.
No, and I think the first time I ever was interviewed by you, I just said, like, we can't ever be too high and we can't ever be too low. But that feels like a game we should have got something from. It is a game we should have got something from. I mean, fair play to AJ. I've got a lot of time for him. I like him. He would have wanted a response because they lost to Sutton on the Tuesday. We quite clearly felt, having lost to Sutton, they're there for the taking. As it was, we were unable to do it. So we quite clearly aren't the finished article, but hopefully those of you that turned up can just see the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle in terms of personnel starting to come together, but we have got to perform.
Yeah. Well, like you say, I mean, Ned, we were wondering where he come from, because I thought he had quite an impact when he came on.
Yeah.
And you know, like you say, like Sammy, warmed up in the first half, and the second half you just saw his quality coming through.
Yeah,
and then Balder was back to normal. You know, winning those tackles. How many times did he come on? He got into the tackle, onto the floor, won the ball, got back up and came away with the ball.
Walder is and will be the heartbeat of our team, because the way that he plays, that all action, total commitment, is exactly what the fans want to see. It's exactly what I want to see, and it's exactly what his teammates want to see. But you know, you can't underpin the fact he got injured against Little Common, which you tell me when that was. Was it September?
Ages ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
He made one comeback. He lasted about 45 minutes. So he has not played a lot of football. So we've got to nurse him back in. Same with Sammy. Obviously, fantastic pedigree, absolute class act. But that was his first game of football for over 10 months.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the plan for him to do the full 90 minutes. But as it was, he felt okay. And he wanted to contribute to us trying to get something. Ned is someone who's been on the radar all season. He trains with us quite regular. He's one of the 23's standout players. There's been a bit of to and fro because of work and because he was in America doing a scholarship. But we've had a chat recently, and he really wants to push now to try and finish the season strong with us. So I'm hoping that we can give him a bit of involvement. And I think he's a good lad. He showed some good glimpses.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of, because I think, being realistic, I mean, we needed to get something like that game, because we've got 3 really tough, challenging games coming up. When you've got Corinthian, Best, and then Snodland, it's like, great, give us a break.
The thing with this league is it's hard to know what isn't challenging. Do you know, the 2 games that were called off on us, Holmesdale and Sutton, well, people might have said Sutton would have been a banker, but then they beat Fisher. There's no such thing as an easy game, and I think anyone can beat anyone. Corinthian on Saturday, we got edged out of that 3-2 at home.
Yeah.
By a pretty dubious penalty, in my opinion. So Corinthian aren't going to be. I would not think Michael and his team at Corinthian would be sitting there thinking, "Oh, this will be easy." Obviously, Cheeky be playing for them. Festos quite possibly be there as well. So there'll be renewing of acquaintances with some of those boys. They'll probably want to beat us just to make a point, and we'll go there thinking that if we turn up, we've got a very good chance of getting a win from that one. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I think that maybe that sums up last Saturday then. If we turn up, we know we're good. We just didn't turn up on Saturday. Is that the way of looking at it?
Do you know what? It's hard to give you an answer that's going to satisfy the question, because the honest truth is they've scored 1 goal in 97 minutes. They haven't really looked like threatening our goal on any other occasion. We've not cut them apart consistently, which I think a top side would do. We are not yet claiming to be a top side. I feel like we've done enough to score at least 1 goal, probably 2, possibly 3. If the referee gives us both penalties, which I don't know whether we're getting a stage of putting these kind of clips out on social, I don't know whether it's prudent to do so, but I'm telling you now, they are both penalties. So we'll never know. But we just need to make our own luck, I guess. And you only really make your own luck by putting the ball in the net.
Yeah.
2 1-on-1s, one of them's got to go in. We're getting at least a point. I'm not dogging anyone out there. I'm just saying we've all got to take accountability. We've got to take accountability for not marking the throw-in properly, which has ended up leading to a goal. We've got to take accountability for missing 2 1-on-1s. We can't take accountability for not being given a penalty. Only the ref can take accountability for that. I doubt if he ever will. He's a nice enough guy. I don't want to hold it against him, but things like that cost you in tight games, don't they?
Yeah.
On another day, it could have been 2-0 either way. Could have been 1-1. Could have been 0-0.
Yeah, well, let's hope Corinthian, we make our own look and we get a result.
We go there 100% confident that if we turn up, we'll compete with them, no question.
Brilliant. Cheers then.
Cheers.